Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, December 6th, 2021. It's been a very dry couple of weeks across the Great Basin with virtually no precipitation over Utah, Nevada, or central or eastern Idaho. That is all about to change, however, with a couple of storms lined up this week. But first, looking at the snow, of course no snow in the last couple of days, and our snow depths have really been decreasing with this warm, dry spell we've been under over the past month or so. So this morning's satellite imagery is showing us some moisture beginning to return to the Great Basin, already moving into the northern half of the area. We should see some precipitation, pretty much at least light precip everywhere in the Great Basin this week as a series of storms track through the region. So for today, moisture in place across the north, streaming into the Great Basin, some precip expected in the northern half of the area today through tomorrow. Ventilation rates still aren't great as this storm moves through. Wind speeds aren't very high with this first storm moving through today and tomorrow. Transport winds shown here just a little bit higher over the central Idaho mountains, western Wyoming, and along the Sierra front, but light across the central portions of the Great Basin. Mixing heights are also on the lower end. By Tuesday, that first little front will have moved through. This is Tuesday evening. Ventilation rates still remain pretty poor tomorrow. The winds just aren't there with this first little front coming through. So the mixing heights will remain somewhat low as well. On Wednesday, another storm begins to develop over the Pacific Northwest, and we actually see a little low, a little cutoff low that moved down the California coast will track across the southern Great Basin, bringing a better chance for some precip there. Ventilation rates pick up a bit on Wednesday, and we see the winds really pick up ahead of that next trough moving through. So winds really picking up area wide on Wednesday. Mixing heights are much higher. So favorable conditions by Wednesday for burning, or become more favorable. So the clearing index for Utah shown here for the next couple of days, pretty poor on Monday and Tuesday, but beginning to increase by Wednesday as those winds pick up. 3-day precipitation totals are shown here. Again, this is with some moisture coming in today into tomorrow as that front kind of drops through the bulk of the Great Basin, and then that little low tracking across the south by Wednesday. On Thursday, we see the better system coming through the Great Basin Thursday into Friday. This isn't going to be a huge precip maker for Idaho, but it will be a bigger deal for parts of Nevada and Utah. Wind speeds aren't going to be super strong by Thursday evening, but could be windy throughout the day as this low moves through, bringing some pretty good chance for some mountain snow and even valley snow in Utah. By Friday, that precip clears off to the east, and the wind speeds decrease as well. And then on Saturday, it looks like another trough may be moving into the Pacific Northwest, setting up for some more precip, or better chance of precip across the north. And winds continue to be light across the Great Basin. And on Sunday, that low still remaining in place, or that trough, with the low deepening off the west coast, continuing to keep precipitation in place over Idaho, drier conditions over Utah and Nevada for the weekend. So the precip accumulations, again, this is for that Thursday to Friday storm moving through. Not a ton of precip coming to Idaho, but a pretty good chance for precip over much of Utah and Nevada, especially the higher elevations of Utah should see some healthy snow totals if what's advertised here on the models actually happens. Then the extended forecast, taking us to the middle of the month here, is calling for near normal temperatures or slightly above normal temperatures on the eastern half of the area, with above normal chances for precipitation. So Hopefully this trend can continue with storms continuing to move into the Great Basin, bringing the high elevation snow to the area. And that concludes today's briefing. Please check back on Thursday for the latest updates.